Now, if I show you this picture, it means nothing to you and you won't remember it. But actually on the right there, people are constructing the model with cards and rope and so on and so on. And I guarantee that people will remember that model the next day, the next month, the next year. Whereas if I just showed them and told them, they wouldn't remember. Century model and put them underneath my own 7-dimensional human model, and that's what they want in the young people of Singapore. Concerned citizen, active contributor, confident person, self-directed learner, and so on. Now, what I want to do now is just to say there are many underpinning ideas behind experiential learning and experiential education. But the one that I want to talk about tonight is the notion of making learning visible. Okay? Making learning visible and helping young people to navigate complicated things. We were talking about human speech today. Now, the problem with speech, just let me check this out. Is there anybody in this room that can say more than one word at a time? Put your hand up if you can. Anybody? That means then, just, am I right in saying this, that when we speak, and I'm speaking now, the words are coming out one at a time, like a piece of string. So how do you explain complicated things with a piece of string? So no wonder the children are doing what you're doing, which is nodding, but actually inside their head they're saying, what on earth is he talking about? What on earth is she talking about? I don't know. The problem with speech is it tries to create a picture in the human brain through a linear format, but we're trying to teach complicated things. So we're stuck. The same with PowerPoint. The slides go like this, one after the other. So somebody invented Prezzo.
That's why we create stories.
Yeah. So, and we tell stories. Human speech is wonderful, don't get me wrong, but I want you to recognise that it has limitations. So, and they have to make sense of them. There's a solar-powered rucksack made from plastic bottles. There's all sorts of materials on them in the marketplace. And some of them are artistic, some of them are technological. And this is what we do. So I live in Sheffield, and Sheffield is famous for climate. And if you know anything about climate, for safety reasons they have to, what do they have to do with their road for safety reasons? They have to throw it away after a period of time. So this woman in Sheffield has bought herself a sewing machine because she realises that hundreds of ropes are being thrown away. And what she does is she makes handbags, belts, by taking the surface of the rope, stripping the middle out and sewing them together. Yeah, very clever. But there are hundreds of these in there. There are hundreds of technological items. And this is what we do. We ask people to say, from old rope is being made a belt. And as they begin to work their way through these things, they begin to get patterns and learn much more complicated things. So I don't tell them, they find out for themselves, they figure things out, and they start to see very, very complex patterns. So the arrows are crucial. It seems simple, but the arrows start to develop interesting patterns. On the right there is a woman looking at a belt that's been made from an old bicycle tyre. These are some patterns that MBA students have made. Actually, movement is coming back in to work with the brain in developing patterns and information. So there it is. It's happening. The brain and the body coming back into sync. Children, young people, adults learn well by movement, by walking through things. And here, this is medical students, I'm sure you've seen it. They don't need necessarily to have a real human body anymore. They can take your heart out, they can pull your brain out, they can twist it around, and it's all virtual reality. But the good news is, it's about human bodily movement alongside learning in the brain and memory systems. So this is fundamentally quite important, the human GPS system, the linking of the brain and the body. So this is my advice. Stop teaching. Stop doing what I'm doing now, because it doesn't work very well. Let the students do the work. Don't be cynical. It works. You will engage the students when they do the work. You are then free to be their guide, their coach, their facilitator, their navigator. So this is an example of a master's level, but it can apply at any level. These, would you believe it, are all the materials that the students have developed in a study of the evolution of the global environmental movement. And all these little cards here, the blue ones are to do with the laws, the legislation, the green ones are to do with designated sites.